Welcome to the Black Lion Podcast. We are your hosts, Lex and Don. And today we have a special guest. Guest, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Adiah.
Nice to have you on our podcast today. So, what was the process you went through to even think about starting a YouTube channel?
Well, a funny story. I've actually wanted to start YouTube for like 4 or 5 years since I was 14. Because I was just like, wow, I've been through a lot, like even stuff I haven't even told yet. And I've made a lot of mistakes. And I was like, I could tell my story and mistakes I made so that people, young girls, like I know how young girls think because I've been one. So I was like, if I could tell them, like, hey, you don't have to go there. You don't have to be friends with this person. It may seem like you do. So that's what made me want to start YouTube. Because I was like, I need to connect more with different females.
That's good. So the first video I ever saw of yours was when you talked about your sexual abuse.
Oh my gosh. Yes, that was and you know something? I told my husband, well, I took a long break. I had to take a break after that because I remember I uploaded my runaway story and then I was like, okay, I need a break. Because I thought that I was over what happened to me, but you never really get over it. You just learn how to deal with it because it happened. Like you can't take back what happened. So I was just like, I don't know. But yeah, reliving all of that because you have to think about what happened. Because I wanted to like be like really in depth. Like I wanted to go into detail. I wanted to scare these young girls. I'm sorry, like if it sounds bad, but I did. Like I want them to be like, okay, I don't even want to be alone in a room with a grown man, because they'll take advantage of that. It happened to me. So that it felt good to get it out. I feel better now that it's out there because I felt like I was just holding it in. But it definitely brought up some old feelings that I had to go back to therapy for.
And when you went to therapy, how were your therapy sessions?
She well, I actually went to the same therapist because I was going to her before, and then I was like, okay, I'm fixed now, so I just stopped going to her. And so she was just like, you see, I knew you wasn't done, but I'm not going to force you to come to me and talk to me. So the therapy session, it just felt nothing, like nothing happened. Like I didn't leave because I wasn't done. But she was just like, I knew you was coming back. But I was just like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm so messed up. I thought I was over it. And she was like, you can't tell yourself that you're healed. You have to wait until God sends you those signs. And it takes a minute. It takes a minute.
And when you was going through your healing process, were your friends and family there for you?
Um, my mom was there for me. I've only really told my mom, well, anybody can watch the video now, but before I made the video, I only told my mom and my husband, and I didn't know him back then. So my mom was there, but she had to work. So it was really just me. And that's what my therapist said I went wrong because you need somebody you can talk to, like somebody that will listen and be like, your feelings are valid, don't give up and all of that, because I had to deal with all of it myself. And then it was also in a 4-year toxic relationship while trying to deal with it. So it was horrible dealing with it.
And from your that video, what life lessons do you think that it should help young women learn?
Um, it's a good question. My goal was to just have women be like, okay, I watched that video, so now I'm looking for the red flags. Like if a dude who is not your family, even family members, because I said that even family members, this almost happened to me with a family member before. So it's like just protect yourself. You know, it doesn't matter if you come across as mean, like, no, I don't want to sit next to you, or no, I'm not going in the room with you, or no, I don't want to be home with you by myself. You know, just stand up for yourself. Because if you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it, because it's just you and that person. Like I said in the video, it's just you and that person. So you have to be the one to like leave the house, or I mean, if you gotta fight, like kick him in his area or something. Like that was my goal.
That's good. For 2022, what are your goals for yourself and for your own YouTube channel?
My goal for 2022, because I'm really enjoying the process of YouTube, you know, learning more about editing and content and cameras. Like I debating on 2 cameras to order because I haven't ordered a camera yet. But it's just learning and growing more. And before you really like put yourself out there to gain more viewers and more, you know, subscribers and stuff, you have to be whole within yourself if you're gonna put yourself out there on camera and stuff. So I'm just really healing. Like I'm healing more. And also I'm documenting my journey, because I want, you know, like I said, I'm actually gonna post a video about it, but I said that I haven't seen many YouTubers show the healing process. They just show the outcome, like, okay, I'm happy and all of that. But I want my viewers to see like the whole process, you know, me getting up. Some days I don't want to get up. Some days I don't want to go to therapy, but I still have to go. And then for my YouTube, it's just to always be authentic and never like scripted or anything. Like, I don't believe in that. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm too lazy to do a scripted YouTube. Like everything is gonna be raw and authentic for me, because I was talking to my husband, I was like, I can't do anything scripted. Like that's too much work. It is. And I just want it to be like how we're talking now. That's exactly how it's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be edited and fun. Not all of my videos though. Like some are gonna be raw. The one I put out the other day, that was straight raw.
You talking about when you went to go get some, I think Chick-fil-A or something like that?
Yes, I was like, I want to do a vlog. You know, I feel like talking, uplifting the girls and eating. So that's what I did.
Yeah. I was cracking up. I was like, she crazy for real.
I'm really I'm really goofy. And that's why I was like, it doesn't feel weird talking to my phone, because I know I'm not just talking to my phone, like people are watching me, but it doesn't feel weird to be in the car and recording myself. Like that's how I know that this is the journey that God put me on, because it's not weird for me.
That's good. I I get myself, I get nervous when just talk public speaking. Even though I know this public speaking, like because I got YouTube channel and stuff and I
Right.
interview people, but I get comfortable like after a while, after we like just in the interview, I just get accustomed to it.
Mm-hmm. See, but it's like the opposite for me, because I get kind of nervous on meetings through the phone, because like I'm better in person. You know, like you'll be like, oh, okay, I see the difference. But in the like in person, my mom, she calls me like I just got a phone with her earlier. She signed me up for some what was it, Women Evolve something in South Carolina, for me to speak, because they saw my video and they wanted me to come speak to the youth and everything. And I was like, didn't even ask. Like, I'm gonna do it. But she was like, my daughter is perfect for this, because in person, I love it. I love talking to people in person. I'm a people person for sure. Like customer service jobs, all of that, that's me.
I can say I'm still a people person, but I'm selective with the people I choose to associate with.
I understand. Like a small circle. But I'm like really friendly to where I'll talk to you and stuff. We're at a event where we're just outside, but you know, coming to my house, very few people come into my house. Like I'm real strict about that, because your home is your peace. So only people in my circle can come. Or like if I go on trips or something. So I understand that. Or even being in the car. I won't get in the car with a stranger. No,
Wouldn't be wise.
no. Like Uber and Lyft and all that, I can't do it.
Well, yeah, but I know people that they got to get to where they got to get to. So
That's true. And mom, you're gonna have to get out of that. I said, I don't know, because God blessed me with a vehicle and people around me that can drive if I don't have my car. So I don't think I would ever have to go to Uber and Lyft route.
True. So, how did you meet your husband, and how long have y'all been married?
I mean, we was working at the Subway together, and he was like the quiet, like the most quiet person. Like I really didn't think he liked me because I would try. Have you ever worked at Subway?
No.
No, it's like you have one shift where everyone's together, and then the shift from 2 to 5 where it's just two people. So it was me and him, 2 to 5, and he would be quiet the whole day. And I cannot stand being around someone that's just quiet, like mute, like talk about something, because the day would go by so slow. And then finally, I was just like, you not like me or something? Because I can actually be taken off with you. He was like, no, I'm just a very quiet person. And then after that, he just started talking to me. So, and we've been married, it's going to be 2 years in August. It feels longer. It feels like we've been married longer than that, but it'll be 2 years in August.
That's good. And congratulations.
Thank you.
Because I was trying to, because when you was telling your stories on YouTube, I was trying to see that, like, I read through the transcription to see did she say when she met her husband or anything, or and I never saw nothing. So I was like, okay, I just would ask you during the interview.
Yeah. Well, with YouTube, people, because we also have our own channel, but we haven't uploaded yet because, like I said, we're still learning. So we're gonna learn from my channel. Like he's really behind the scenes with me, but my channel is my channel, and then we have our own. So it's like I don't want to say a lot about us on my channel, and then people go to ours and be like, "Well, I already saw that on her channel. I'm not gonna watch this." So it takes a lot for me not to talk about him because he's such an amazing person. Like, but I have to stop myself because I don't want to. Because we have a lot of story times and stuff, so I don't want to say too much.
That's all y'all got. Like I tell my sister, she supposed to be starting a YouTube channel. You make the videos, you make the your channel and stuff, and start uploading your videos wherever you can have it on pre-schedule already and stuff, so they automatically upload.
And I just found out about that last night. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I've been freaking editing and then putting it to upload, and then it went upload to like 3 days later. Because doing it off your phone, that's a whole different story. I don't think YouTube like if you upload off your phone, because from the computer is easier. But yeah, my video won't upload till 3 days later.
Yeah, I normally set mine for every Monday. I upload a new video. This only this Monday and a previous Monday I didn't upload just because I was more tired than anything. But
Mm.
I got other videos set to upload the next 2 Mondays. Well, next three. Well, no, next four.
I
Because
realize more about consistency. If you're a new up and coming YouTuber, like people will literally binge watch your stuff. I remember I was binge watching Kenny Simone, Diera, what's the other girl name? I just binge watch a lot of people's old videos, and even when they was up and coming, ENT Nation, when they was up and coming, I was in South Carolina. I just used to binge watch everything. Like they'll literally watch all your things if you keep uploading.
yeah. But I like to watch a lot of comedy sketches that be on YouTube because I need to laugh.
That's my husband. That's what he like.
Um, I guess they be from Atlanta, LA, Detroit, and some other place they be from. It's like a whole group of them. You probably saw them before.
It's this one man. I don't know his name, but he'll be like I, and then she. Like every other word is I, and then he'll say whatever he's gonna say, and be like she, and then whatever the girl's saying. It's like the funniest thing because I'm like, he really does his videos like this. I don't know his name though, but my husband be watching him. He's like funny. It's like a whole skit, like a TV show kind of.
Yeah. So, with your YouTube channel, do you plan on making your? You have a daughter, correct?
I'm sorry.
Son. Do you plan on putting your son in videos also?
I'm still praying about that and thinking about that one because I don't want to like expose him too soon and then he feels like he have to do it because I've watched from other YouTubers where they was like, I wish we wouldn't have put our son on there too early because now when we want him to record, he's like, no, I don't feel like it. But I mean, if it's days like when I did my first video, you could hear him in the background kept coming in the room and I didn't edit it out because, you know, that's him, that's my son. But if it's days where he want to be in the video, I'll let him, but I'm not going to be like, okay, Xavier, let's sit down and record, you know. But I'm thinking about doing his own because he's very creative when he's playing and like he loves, it's like a whole skit. Like I'll sit there and watch him play and I'll be very entertained. And then he'll watch other kids on YouTube. And I was like, Xavier, you could be doing this, you know, like you watch other people play with cars. Like, I'm about to set up a camera and then he just play and then I edit it and put it out. That's what I'm about to do. Stay
That,
tuned for
that'd be
that.
good. I know a lot of some little boy on YouTube. I can't when they put him on, he gets on my nerves. It's an Asian couple family.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. But he loves Google Gaga family. I don't know. It's like a black family. Mom, dad, all the kids are in on it and they're very successful on YouTube. Like with kid stuff, it's just very animated, like the sounds and the editing and the characters and all of that. Like it's a lot of work to edit it, but it's very easy.
Yeah, I think has become therapeutic for a lot of people.
Hmm. I know it was for me when I was going through what I was going through in South Carolina, trying to heal and stuff. I would watch like inspirational videos to where they just give advice and like it's okay, you know. So I was like, I want to do that. I can do that. Yeah, and it's also a very good platform. It's really easy. Like it's easy.
But I think people fear of public speaking. That what gets them.
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, it depends on, you know, you have that channel where you're gonna go out and interview people in the public. You know, you can't be fearful of that because that's your channel. But that's not gonna be my channel about going interviewing people. I mean, I'm gonna record when I go to this thing in South Carolina to speak, but oh, public interviews, I don't think that's me. And you also got to know your niche. Like you got to know what's you, because once you know that, then people be like, okay, well, you should watch this channel because this is what she do. This is perfect for you.
Yeah, how they do this, that, and the third. You take little pointers and tweak them to fit your channel.
Yeah.
God, I like not just your third time, but I watch a lot of people's third time just to get to know them basically from them talking.
Yes. I love story time because I actually had a YouTuber comment and was like, your life is like a movie. And I was thinking, I was like, whoa, because I went back and watched my runaway story. I was like, but that is like a movie. That's crazy. But that's why I love story times because it's just, I'm telling the truth. Like, this is what happened to me. I'm just telling it. And I'd have been through some stuff. Like, it's funny now. It wasn't funny back then.
I was cracking up. I'm just ready to go. I'm ready to go home, take a shower. I was cracking up. I was in here dying. I was like,
I love it. And I was just like, why did I do this? Like, still to this day, I'm just like, you was like real down for anything back then, girl, because I would not do that now. Like, you won't catch me in the woods camping or none of that because I can't. Like, we was in the freaking abandoned building. No food.
when
No.
we young, I think the when we mature in our we get a lot of confidence.
Hmm.
So, but when we older, we start to get humbled because we've been through those experiences.
That's very true. And that's the exact reason why I started my YouTube, because I was like, I've been a girl before. So it felt like I had to do this or I had to wear that or I wouldn't be, accepted. But it's like, who cares? Like, if you don't get accepted by this person, you have a person that God handpicked out for you, your own little friend group that will uplift you and be like, you don't need to wear that. It's fine. Just be yourself. So,
So, do you have any upcoming events
uh,
besides the South Carolina thing?
yeah, that is next Saturday. I also have to give me a planner. I need to get that upcoming event.
What kind of phone do you have?
11 Pro Max. I'm waiting. I ordered the 12 and the 13 from the store, and then whichever one I don't like, I'm gonna just send it back because for the camera. Because my cousin told me the 12 was really good, and she showed me videos from her phone, and then my brother, he has a 13, showed me videos from his phone, so I was like, I'm gonna just see for myself.
Yeah, I got the 12 Pro.
Yeah, it's very clear.
Yeah, because the way I do when I like I edit my videos on my phone more so than I would do on a laptop
Hmm.
because it's more convenient for me. But to me, the videos they still come out clear and it be fine. So I say,
That mine's be a little bit choppy. I was like, I need a new phone because it's not gonna work.
do you have an iPad?
I had a MacBook, but my lovely brother destroyed
Okay, so that's.
it.
But I know Apple products they 9 times out of 10 they work fine for when you want to edit videos and things of that sort. So
Yeah, editing on my phone is just it's better with iPad or MacBook because you have that mouse thing, or you could really it's a bigger screen with your phone. When I'm editing something, if I cut something and then if I click one wrong thing, everything I cut just started over. And so that gets frustrating a little bit. It's definitely teaching me patience. I'll gain a lot more patience.
and when you're doing videos, do you what's the word I'm looking for? When you record them, you always set your camera up like meaning like nobody is holding the camera while you recording. Or
Right.
oh god,
Now holding I have a what is it, a tripod?
yeah, it's
I have
called.
a car that sticks to the window. But before that, I was putting it on my steering wheel with tape, but I never released those videos because it looked kind of weird.
That's true. Because I always look like I be looking at other people's channels and they be like they say what cameras and things you should buy or what you should do if you want good quality on videos.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't even to purchase a camera. Like you could do your YouTube on a phone with a good, if you put the settings right. My husband was telling me about settings because he's really good at taking pictures and cameras and stuff. And he was like, he would prefer the phone over a camera to record. But when it comes to pictures, it's the camera over the phone. But it's best on a phone. And I was like, that makes sense because you don't really have to buy a camera if you don't want to.
Yep. Because on the phone you can record on the go.
Hmm. That part, and then you don't have to have this big thing hurting your arm, the camera. So
Yep. If somebody wanted to start a business or a YouTube channel, what advice would you give them?
I would tell them, yeah, find something that is true to yourself and that's kind of out of the box because I see a lot of repetitive things on YouTube, like people repeating the same thing. And yeah, they give credit, but it's like, I want to look at something different. You know, like I see all these challenges and I'm scrolling up and I'm scrolling up. It's the same thing to where I'll click off, but that's just me. So it's like if you're up and coming, you have to be different. Like me, I'm up and coming, so I'm trying to be more different with my story times. I know they're different, and like the videos I'm gonna be releasing. So just be yourself. You know, it's gonna be a journey, but your viewers will accept it and go on the journey with you.
Yeah, I feel you on that. It was one lady, I think she's a little older than us. She was just snapping on people because of when Kevin Samuels died. She said that everybody clout chasing or view chasing and stuff.
Yes, that I honestly I realized with YouTube it's like a spiritual thing because I'm very spiritual. Like I believe in God, so it's like I see a whole different side of it to where I'll have to click off and pray because I don't want those things. Because if you see something, you're like, oh my gosh, that could give me a lot of views, but at what cost? You know, like you're riding the coattail of someone's death. You know, I don't agree. That sounded a little harsh, but I don't agree with that at all. No, I've seen a video where it was like Kevin Samuels' last day on earth. I was like, what was the point of that? Like, yeah, but what about your soul?
I think because they feel the same way, like basically a corporate America. They've been profiting off of people death for forever.
Oh, definitely. Don't get started with the corporate America because that's deep too. If you think about it, like if someone like my mom, she beat cancer, but I watched the whole process of when she was on chemo and stuff, and I was like, they're pumping this medicine in her. She has to pay for the medicine. Then the medicine makes her feel bad, so she has to pay for something else to make her feel better. And then she has to pay for them to pump the medicine in her. So it's like a cycle, and they get paid off of every single last like thing, every which way they're getting paid.
My spiritual father, he had cancer. I forgot what kind of cancer he had, but I know he had cancer. And the doctors had told him he had like I say like 6 months to live or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he said to me, he said he didn't listen to them. He said he looked online, he looked up all natural herbs and
Oh
fruits, vegetables and stuff. And he said he did that for I say like 6 months. And he said he been better ever since.
yeah, and that's the thing. I told my mom, and she she actually stopped talking to me for a couple weeks because all the medicine they gave her, like I saw myself getting frustrated because she would take it and she would be really weak for the rest of the day. So I took all of her bottles of medicine and I just poured them out. And then I started doing my research and I was like, okay, they say turmeric is good, you know, natural fruits, you know, juicing it and everything. And then I would make her salmon and I really stepped in. And she said that she believed that's what saved her because she would go to chemo and she would feel better. Then she would leave chemo and she wouldn't feel as bad as she felt. Like she didn't rely on that medicine that I threw out. But it's like I can't sit there and watch someone take medicine because like none of it's good for your body. God gave us plants and fruit and all of that. We should be eating that. I don't take medicine and I don't get sick.
The only real reason well, I have to take medicine just because I'm paralyzed from the neck down, and I got a pacemaker and I got a stent in the right side of my neck. So that's those the real reason I really take medicine. Other than that, I won't really be taking medicine. So that's the
Oh,
only reason I take medicine.
yeah. Well, I believe that God is where you will not have to take medicine anymore.
In the near future, cause like
Yeah.
my religion that I practice is I'm a Jehovah's Witness. So I believe in those promises that Jehovah wrote in the Bible and stuff. So that's mainly well, I don't. Back then, when I was younger, like 19 or something, when I had got shot in the first place, I was more angry uh, than I am now. I'm more calmer than I was
Yeah.
back then.
You should do a story time. I
I've been thinking about it, but
almost asked you what happened.
well, it was back in 2013, but 2013, September 27th, I was on my way to my uncle's house in West Philly, and I don't, I was riding a pedal bike. Somebody, I don't know, I'm guessing somebody was following me, and
Hmm.
and I wasn't paying attention enough. I had music in my ear riding the bike, and I got off the phone with my cousin telling him to leave the door unlocked. Then after that, we hung up. My music came back on. I remember pedaling my bike some more, and after that, everything just went blank. I say I woke up probably like 2 weeks later, and I woke up in the University of Pennsylvania hospital. But when I got shot on the 27th, I was shot and robbed. I was
Hmm.
missing for 4 days.
Shot and rob? Would they rob you of a bike?
Mm-mm, my phone and stuff. I used to, I used to be a street guy.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I love about YouTube because everyone has a backstory, and I could really get to know. Like, I understand what you're saying about the story time. You really get to know a person. Like, you wouldn't think, you wouldn't think. Like, people wouldn't think that what happened to me happens to me because, like, I'm such a joyous person. But then when I tell them, they're like, dang, that's crazy. That really happened. Like, you don't look like it happened to you.
You had said something that I had said that I told my own friend not to say because it could always happen.
Hmm.
Because she used to say that would never happen to me. I said,
Right.
don't see
And
that.
one thing about it, you could always be in someone's situation like that. Like, tomorrow you could be just homeless and nowhere to go. So I never be like, well, I don't never see myself. I'll be like, I just pray that I keep myself out of that situation. Like, I never say that's not gonna happen to me. Like, I pray I try my best to not be in that situation. Cause you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. But when I was in that hospital for those times, for that amount of time, I had they had to resuscitate me 9 times. So it been a long process, but I'm here.
Yeah. He gives his toughest battles to his strongest warriors. I know that.
He don't let us um, be tested beyond what we can bear.
Hmm. That's true. I love that. Like, he lets us have free will, and he lets like the enemy tempt you and touch you, but he won't let him break you. Like, only you can let the enemy break you. And once I realized that, life,
If it's in back of you, just keep. All we got to do is keep moving forward in a positive way.
that's true. We take it day by day.
Yeah, cause no matter what, we gonna have more failures than we have success. No matter what.
That's like, I'm probably gonna get told no so many times, and I'm probably gonna like fail to record the right way or edit and all of this. But that's why I say I'm just enjoying the journey, the good and the bad. Cause you gotta enjoy the good too. I mean, sorry, a little sleepy. You gotta enjoy the bad.
I understand. Cause like even today, cause normally I'm normally on time with interviews. I be 15 minutes early, have everything set up and stuff. But the man that was coming with the bed, I had to wait on him and stuff. I'm thinking he gonna be here at 10 o'clock in the morning, so we get everything done. But he came. 11:45, then took an extra 5 minutes to get everything situated.
Well, I
To
understand. Like I'm a very patient and understanding person. Like that's why I was just like, hey, do I have the right link? Because I was in here 30 minutes early. I'm not like I was in here 30 minutes early waiting for it to start. And I was just like I'm always trying to put myself in other people's shoes, like, okay, so you never know what's happening on the other end. Like you never know what's going on, like why are they late or you know.
That's true. I'm working on patience and self control and things like that. I have patience, but I have low tolerance for nonsense. That
Yeah.
that's what gets me. Like when people doing stuff that I consider nonsense, it really irritates me.
And you know what I do when that happens? I just smile away. Like before I let you bring me out of my character or get frustrated, because I don't like being frustrated. I don't like being upset. Like I love just having great energy and I love having peace around me. But I understand I can't control, I'm sorry, my eyelash in my eye. I can't control everyone else's actions around me, but I can control how I react to theirs. So I just smile and walk away and go sit down somewhere. Because if not, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, I say it's enough violence in the world.
Right?
We should all try to be peaceable with each other.
That's very true.
But just my opinion. I know a lot of people out here, they frustrated, they stressed, they think you got stuff and they want what you got, even though we don't be having nothing for real. And it
Exactly. But it's like you still make the best of what you have. And that's why I understand when people be like, oh, well, I wish I had your life, or I wish I was like, I'm just making the best of what I got. Like it looks good because I don't be like, oh my gosh, I wish I had better and all of that. But don't be jealous and envious of what I have. Please don't. Because like I don't have a lot. I'm just grateful for what I have. So I treat it with such like good care and all of that. But no, I don't understand. Like I used to not understand when people was jealous and like mad that I was met. Like I literally had females that I had to cut off. Like that's why I only have two female friends. But I literally had way more. And I realized that every time I would mention something about my marriage or, be like, oh my gosh, I know I said I would come, but my husband got off, so I'm gonna stay home with him, as a wife should. They would like get mad or something. I'd be like, oh, I don't think I can be around her no more, you know? And then I realized that they was talking to each other and then it came back to me where they was like, I think I'm better because I'm married or, I have this, I have that. I was like, I don't think I'm better than nobody. Even when I get to where I want to be in life, I'm still not gonna think I'm better than anybody because it could all be taken away from me like that. So
everybody is what just to me, everybody's in the same status because we all human. We all
yeah,
imperfect.
exactly. That's how I look at it. Like celebrities and all of that. Like I used to laugh when people pass out at concerts and stuff because they're like so in awe. But I'm like, I'm such a chill person. I know for a fact I wouldn't do that. Like there's no celebrity where I would like lose my cool passing out and like, oh my gosh, like no. Because I look at them as people, very successful people who took a lot of downfalls and a lot of bad stuff behind the scenes to where now their success is showing and they're getting the praise and everything that they work hard for, but they're still people, you know.
Yep, that's I forgot who said it. They said that people only look at the success they got, not the hard work they had to put in to get there.
And with me, it's like I love documentaries and I love watching stories of people because I'll go on Google and I'll search up. Like I just watched Surviving Compton. Me, say her name, Misha Lay. I think that's how you say her name.
Sound
Uh,
familiar.
yeah, like she was like the vocalist for NWA. All these names, but yeah, like I love looking up stuff like that because I don't feel like, oh, she can sing, she got a lot of success. I like to look at the backstory of it, like, okay, but what did she have to go through to get this success? That's what excites me.
The journey.
Yeah, the journey. I love. That's why I'm so humble, because there was a time where I didn't even have a place to stay. I didn't have a car. It was just me and my son struggling. So that's why I'm like, don't say you wish you had my life. Say you're thankful for your life and you're thankful for the greater that's coming. That's what
Yep.
I say.
People try to live other people's lives, but it don't work out well.
No, it doesn't. And then if you're so fascinated with someone else's life, you're not going to work harder to make your life better, because you're going to be like, oh, she got this car. Now I got to get this car. But, that same car might not have been the one that God had for you. Or you're just getting mad at people, getting a new house and getting married and stuff, but your time is coming. I love to surround myself with people that are like more successful than me, older than me, because like, okay, that's where I know mine is coming. I love congratulating people. I love going to weddings. I love going to events. I love all of that. I love just seeing success, but also people that's close to me, because I'm like there for the journey. That's why I love it.
People, a lot of people do have to start doing self love.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
biggest problem.
where it stems from, like not loving yourself. Like I had to realize that before I even got into a relationship, that I was so broken from my previous relationship that I had to love myself. I didn't even love myself in that relationship. That's why I took it for the whole 4 years I took it, you know. But like when you love yourself, you don't care what somebody has to say about you. You don't care what somebody has that's better than you. You just love yourself. So you know that yours is coming.
Yeah. And you can always have preparations done already. So when everything just start falling in place, you be good. Everything just flow.
Yes, that's why in learning the editing and all of that, like behind the scenes, I have my sister. I'll have my sister on my husband's phone while he's asleep, and I'll be on my phone because she's really good at editing. And then she'll be like, "No, you have to click this. You have to click this." But it's like I know when I get up there, and my platform is bigger. Like it'll just be easy. 1, 2, 3, edit, put a video out. You know. So I'm glad that I'm taking this time to learn and going on my pace, not everybody else's pace. That's another thing I would say. Like upload on your pace. Don't upload when somebody say, "Oh, you should upload it today" and stuff. Like it's all up to you.
Yeah. The reason I chose Monday is more so as the beginning of the week. So it just bam, I got 7 more days.
Yeah,
So I could whoever else I interview and stuff like that, it'd be fine because every Monday and I get to be able to just talk to people who learn what business they started, why they started it, and the journey they've been through, just in general.
I like that. Monday, it's like the start of the week. That's why I was excited for today. I was like, okay, Monday, start my day off with a great interview, then do the rest of my stuff I gotta do today.
Besides your YouTube channel, what other social media platforms can people find you on?
I have a Facebook. Um, it's Adiah Elmore. I have a TikTok, but it's more the TikTok is more so me and my husband. That's our TikTok together. I don't really have, because I'm still learning how to edit with TikTok. That's a whole different thing. Also, like, yeah, I'm still learning how to do that. But it's mainly just Instagram and YouTube are my two main focus right now.
That's good. How has COVID affected you, your family?
Well, I lost a aunt and two uncles from COVID. So that's affected. I mean, they was like old. They was like late 60s, early 70s. So they could have lived like a lot longer. But it's all up to God. But I've lost them to COVID. But COVID for me, I kind of love it because not like the sickness, but the staying in the house, I do that anyway. The mask, like I've been wearing masks before COVID even started. Like that's what people used to find so funny because I would be at Subway with like a mask because my grandma, she don't play. Like she used to just send me stuff in the mail. So I would be at Subway with the mask on way before they even had the mask mandate out. But I've always been like careful, and if I'm out the house for a couple hours or if I'm at an event, I'm usually the first to leave because I'm ready to get home. So COVID for me, it's pretty cool. Being home with my husband, my son. I like it. I stay home anyway. I'm not the person that like travels and stuff.
That's good. From when you started your journey up until now, what progress have you seen from yourself?
I was thinking about that when we was talking about the prop pod and stuff. The progress I've seen is I've gotten better equipment, the editing, the feedback I've gotten, and like the confidence. Because my first video, I was like kind of shy because I was like, this is new. I've never really talked to a phone before. But once I got my first comment, I was like, okay, people are watching. All right. But now it's like, just the confidence and like me knowing that I'm meant to do this. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like I'm meant to do this. You ever felt like that? Like you're just meant to do it?
Yeah, the even though sometimes I'll be like, I really don't feel like doing this, just because I could be tired or just some depression or something run through my mind. But I'm like, I'm gonna do it anyway, just cause that's
But
why I got in it to do. Like that's why I made the channel. So
that's I don't feel like because setting up to record is more work than actually sitting down and recording. Like, you gotta get the angle, you gotta get the lighting and all of that. Sometimes I be like, I don't want to do that. But then it's like you gotta push because you need that content and you need to upload. So
and people be looking forward to it.
exactly when I took that break, I think I took a month break. Like I was getting DMs. People found my Facebook. I didn't even have my Facebook connected to my Instagram. I still don't know how they found my Facebook. They probably just looked up Adiah, but I was like, wow, they really care. They really want to see me. So, but then it's like consistent. People be like, oh, she's gone YouTube for good. So they're like, they won't unsubscribe. Some will unsubscribe, but some will just be like, okay, she posted a new video. I'm gonna see if she posts another one. Like they won't be consistent watchers anymore.
'Cause a lot of people say it take like 2 to 3 years for your channel to actually
Oh
get
yeah.
get to where you need it to be.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm not a timestamp on when I want, this subscriber, this or that. I just want girls to hear my story and take my advice. That's my goal. Like I understand the platform and the success and all of that is gonna come with it, but I don't really care about that. I just care about being heard because it's crazy what men do. It's crazy and it's wrong. So
That's true.
yeah, and it's really like I never thought like my grandma actually warned me about it, but I was so young back then where I was like, that's not gonna happen to me. Nobody gonna try me because I had a very protective dad and all of that. But when your dad's not around and your mom's at work, you don't know what could happen to you.
That's true. And I think just people what's the word I'm looking for? They have a sixth sense to know who's vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now that I think about it, I was very gullible, and I can never think of words. It'll come to me. But I was very that back then. Like, the me now, I realize where I should have been like, okay, this is weird. But no, I didn't. I just went on with it. And then I put trust in everybody back then. Like, you have to really earn my trust now. But I put, especially older people. I put trust in older people back then. Like, I really attached myself to older people older than me. Like, I didn't really want to be around someone younger than me. So it's like all of those things that I did back then. It wasn't my fault what happened, but some of my actions led up to it.
This world is a cutthroat world we live in.
And then it stems from like generation to generation. Because I found out some stuff about him, and I was like, well, that makes sense. His childhood was crazy. Stuff happened. So it's like, if you don't ever heal from what happens to you, hurt people hurt people.
That's a fact. I know I'll be happy when this world is over.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Oh,
leaving.
I was talking to God. I was like, man, I'm ready to come to you, honestly, where it just feel like nothing is gonna get better. That's just the times where I feel like we need to lock in more and really like love ourselves and talk to ourselves and recognize when the enemy is really coming against you. Like, your discernment has to be top tier in this life.
And you gotta practice it more constantly, like every day. Just
Oh yes. Like, oh my God. I've had a situation to where I don't even go out at night anymore. Like, I just tried to go to the gas station to get some gas, but this dude with this big behind pit bull would not leave me alone. And I'm scared, like so scared because his dog, I'm thinking he's gonna have his dog bite me, but he just wouldn't leave me alone. I couldn't even pump gas. It was like a very scary situation. And thank God I had my own car and I was driving myself and it's like all those people. That's why I'm like, I don't have faith in people anymore. Like, I tried to have faith in people. That's why I rely on myself and like protect myself, because it's like a whole gas station full of cars and people are watching it happen. They just riding by, you know? And that's why I'm like, I don't know. This world is crazy. It really is.
called bystanders.
Yes, this world is crazy. But I know me, like if I'm at a restaurant with, my friends, and I see this dude with a girl and he spiked her drink or something, and I see her not walking right and I can just tell the signs, I'm gonna go over there and do something. I'm gonna kick him where it hurt and we gonna run. Like, I'm not just gonna let it happen. I'm not gonna be a bystander.
But people do though. But that comes from love. We supposed to do things for love, but love is a hazard
It is.
because just from what I know from 'cause I got a lot of sisters. So if a female love a male and he beating her and she keep going back to her, it's like I'm like why you want to keep getting your face, your eye black, your jaw rewired and stuff?
Because with women, and because I've been in that situation where my jaw was rewired, because I was fighting back. We was fighting each other. But with women, it's like once you have our mind, Like we're very emotional people and like we love really hard. But if you have our heart, that's fine. We can move on. But once you have our mind, that's the thing. Like if you notice, women love to talk to you. Like if they love you, they'll talk to you. If you're in a car, they want to talk about your day. They want to talk about this. And it's like once you have our mind, like we're attached. Like that's a tie right there. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna keep going back. He said he loved me. And then we'll always think about the time where it was good, and our mind will be there, and we won't realize that, those times are over. He don't care no more. He don't want it to be good anymore.
Yeah. But my point was saying that because that's why it'd be a lot of bystanders because they'd be like, oh no, all she gonna do is go back to him. So there's no reason to help. Just look, just watch him.
Yeah, and that's why I try to be like, I don't know. And that my husband be like, you're just too nice, because I would be the one to be like, no, girl, you're gonna stay with me, and like I don't know you from Adam and Eve, but I'll let you move in my house if I see that situation about to happen. So it's like, I don't know. But some women are to the point where, like with me, it took that last final conversation with my cousin for me to really realize what was going on. Cause like we had just got done beating each other up, and I went back into the room with her, and she was like, girl, no, you are way too beautiful for this. You're a mom. Like you need to get out of this situation. And it took that last conversation after years of people telling me to leave for me to be like, you know what? Like you're right. So some women just, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't just watch it happen. Like I would go over there because I might be that last person that she needed to say, I'm a stranger. I'm seeing it from an outside point of view, telling you like, girl, no, leave this man and move on, you know?
Yep. Not just us men, just in general. I say if we was to express ourselves more, talk more, things would be better.
Oh, yes. But then I understand, like now that I have a real man, I understand why y'all are like closed off and don't open up as much as we want you to, because y'all have to feel very secure to where that person won't judge you. They'll love you and they'll accept all of the emotions that will come out of you when you do express yourself. And y'all, that's why I really admire that about y'all, because I can't do that. Well, I can now because I've been around someone that can do that. But before, I was just open up to anybody. Like you ask me if you're okay. Like you be like, you're okay. I'll start crying and just tell you my whole life story. But if I used to ask my husband, are you okay? He'd be like, yeah. And I know him and I knew he wasn't okay. And it took many talks where it's like, listen, we're for life. You have to talk to me. So just get over that. I'm not going to judge you. Like, you need to cry, but y'all just got to feel secure. That's why I'm very understanding. And I feel like women should be more understanding with that instead of being like, oh, he's so closed off, or he doesn't want to talk. That gets on my nerves. Understand why he doesn't want to talk.
To I think it was one of my besties. I told her, I said, men are more emotional creatures than females.
Oh,
We
definitely.
just have a different way of expressing our
Yeah.
emotions.
Yeah. And what I realized from my husband is when men feel very secure, they turn into little kids. But it's the most beautiful thing for me to see, because I know that I'm your happy place. Like I'm your peace to where, you start acting like a kid, or you can be goofy and all that. You don't have to be serious, because when women see men in the world, they want them to be these big, strong people. But then, it's fine to be strong outside to everybody else, but I should be the one where you could like let go, release. We could run around the house and play and all of that. So, like, once you have a man do that, don't break his heart. I feel so bad for men.
That's why men don't like to be vulnerable.
I know, unless they know they're for life, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Like, my mom told me my dad didn't open up to her until they got married. And I asked my husband, and he kind of did the same thing. Like, I didn't see his childish side or any of that. Like, he was always this strong person where it's like, nah, I'm good. But then he'll go in the bathroom for hours and come out looking completely different. Like, I didn't know what he just did in that bathroom, you know? But then when we got married, I saw a whole different side. And I'm like, finally, I feel like your other half, you know?
Yeah. I tell people a way to a good relationship is God, communication, comprehension, and compromise.
Yes. I love that. Definitely.
'Cause whoever don't got God in their relationship, just my person, it's not gonna last too long.
No,
It might last several years,
yeah.
and then they're gonna wind up splitting.
Yeah. Because it's like, I prayed about him so much. Like, I used to just pray when we was just, you know, boyfriend and girlfriend or like fiance still, and he still wasn't opening up to me, but I saw the change in him a little bit until finally I was like, God, like, just let me be that person for him. You know, I'm not gonna break his heart. So it's like putting God first. Is God first, then your husband, or then your wife, you know, either, you know, vice versa. And that just makes your relationship better, honestly. My point of view, I'm glad we put God first because it's just a whole different experience.
That's what every marriage or relationship should be based on.
Oh
Putting
yes.
God first.
And then I strongly in premarital counseling because, like, separately and together, premarital counseling, because you don't want to go into a marriage with old wounds that you haven't healed from, you know, because then you're going to take it out on that person. Like, that's the mistake I made. Like, now I'm saying, you know, I believe people should get premarital counseling because the mistake I made was, like I told you, I left therapy. So I went into the marriage with old wounds and, you know, toxicness from my past and all of that. And it was horrible. Like, our first year, I put that man through the ringer. Like, not cheating or nothing, but like mentally, like, you know, he had to deal with me mentally, and he was very, very strong. And he prayed for me and all of that. But that first year was crazy.
Yeah, it can be. But this world got a lot of people thinking there's no good people in the world, that everybody out here to get you or take advantage of you. So people be hesitant to do things.
Yeah. And it's sad to say that was my way of thinking before I met my husband, because that's all I knew for 4 years. You know, I was with a terrible person. Well, not terrible person. Yeah, terrible person. Because when he was with me, he was a terrible person. But now he's a better person. And I prayed for him, so that's good. But that was my mindset. And it took a lot for me to even give my number to my husband, because I was just like, I don't want to go through that again, you know? Like, I remember telling my mom, you know what? It's just me and my son. I'm gonna raise him and I'm gonna have some cats. Like, I don't want no man. I'm done. And God just laughed at me. That probably was the funniest thing ever to him. He's like, yeah, right. Watch this.
So you think um you just gonna be the single life, somebody come in and bam.
Yeah. 'Cause I was not looking for nothing. Nothing. And then, like, people before him, you know, they tried to get my number and stuff because I wasn't showing up to work looking bad. You know, I always like to go out looking presentable, but I'd be like, nah. And then they'd be like, you got a boyfriend? No, I just don't want nobody. But it was different. It was something with him where it was like I told him, I was like, mine's this dude where I don't know. Like, I'm, you know, blocking everybody else, but it's him. I don't know. She's like, girl, you better get that man a chance. Well, it took months. I'm telling you, months. He did not have my number. I gave him my Instagram. I gave him my text now. I made a whole, you know, the little text account you can make. We was texting on text now. Like, I was not playing. And then I finally gave him my number because it's like, I had so many walls up. He had to break every last one down.
That's how. That's how it. I think that's a good way to go about things.
Yeah.
Cause
Protect.
yeah, cause they said people could be together for like a marriage couple could be together for like 17 years or whatever,
Mhm.
and they get a divorce. Like during that marriage, they get ahead like the worst marriage ever, and then they start dating other people and stuff after they divorce or whatever, and the person that he or she get with, they make them the happiest they have ever been.
Definitely. And that's what happened with me. I was 4 years and I never got married. Like I was asked to get married, but I just straight said no. I will not. I'm not like I may be stupid, like loving you and stuff, but I'm not stupid to get married. Heck no. Like I knew that was sacred. Like I always felt like I'm only getting married once. So I'm definitely waiting for the person to where I won't even have to think twice. Like, and that's how I feel what happened to me. We was only together what 6 months before we got married. Yeah, we got married in 6 months. 6 months we were in a relationship, then we got married.
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't believe in wasting time. Like
I feel I believe the same thing.
if you're the one, let's do it, you know?
Her life is too short.
Yeah, like I said that. I was like, listen, if I feel as though you like I don't want you out of my life, I can't see my life without you, then I don't want to wait years and years and years to get engaged and years and years and years to get married. Like, no. Nope. He asked me to marry him. When did we get married? I think we got married on a Monday. Yeah, it was a Monday. Yeah, Saturday. We let it soak in Sunday. And we got married Monday.
That's good. That was because it's people like playing house. Is no need to play house. And you say you're gonna be with that person, y'all gonna be with the get work through your problems when it's thick and thin, then is what's stopping you from getting married? Y'all living together and stuff.
It's like a fear. And it's more it's easier to just play house and then instead of do the real thing. But I knew like I'm not playing house no more. That was my last time playing house for years and years and years. That's what I was doing in my last relationship. I was like, I'm never doing that again. I don't like that.
Time is precious.
It is, right? And then it's like a whole different experience if you're spending time with the right person.
Yeah. I don't like wasting nobody time. I don't want nobody wasting my time.
Nope. Like that song. by P.
Who?
You never heard that song by Pleasure P? I did you wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how I feel. Ain't no reason to waste no time.
Yeah. But people do that though.
Yeah. But it's
Yeah.
like I understand, especially in this society, in this generation, there is more people becoming, there's more women becoming mothers than wives. Like boyfriend and girlfriend, then mothers, and then there's no wives first. So I definitely understand like I have so many talks with my sister. Like she calls me almost every day because it's like, sis, like what do you think about this? And I'm like, girl, I feel so bad because her growing up, all she's seeing is boyfriend and girlfriend have a baby, move in together, years later get engaged, then get married. I was like, but don't have your mindset on that. Like have your mindset on whatever God has for you, but don't go looking to get into a relationship, have a baby and all of that. I say, because once you have a kid, that's for life.
Yeah.
Like that person is gonna be in your life for the rest of that child's life.
Even when they get older and
Oh,
grown.
definitely. It's like kid gonna get married and then he's gonna be there. So like I'm actually kind of glad my son happened the way he happened because I wasn't ready for kids, but I know for a fact it's not my fault that I don't want his dad in my life. Like I don't have to feel bad about that. So like I'm actually kind of glad because like at least it wasn't someone like say if I had a baby with my ex, he'd be in my life the rest of my life. And because I'd be like, no, I don't want you around me. But then like no, like I don't have to get over the fact that I don't want my son's dad in my life or his life. Like I don't have to feel bad about that.
That's the other question I want to ask. Because when you said that in the video, I was like, okay. I'm like, so who is your son's father?
So it really made me stay with my ex because he stepped in and like I told him like kind of what happened, but I didn't go into full detail, but he kind of got the point after I said a little bit. So he stepped in, was a dad kind of to my son. I was young. I'm sitting here 15, 16 with a 1-year-old. Like, I don't know what a dad is supposed to look like for a 1-year-old. I don't know what a dad is supposed to be. I'm still figuring out how to be a mom. It's like an instinct for moms, but for dads, I realize they learn more with like actions. You can't really tell a dad to be a dad. Like they just gotta choose to be there. So he just chose to be there sometimes. So that's really what made me stay. But I'm just grateful for my situation. Like I'm not grateful for how it happened, but I'm grateful for the outcome because I have an amazing child and I don't have to feel sorry that his biological dad is not in his life. When I explain it to him, he's gonna understand because that's like the man I'm raising him to be. So, and then my next child is gonna be amazing. And my next one, and my next one, and my next one.
How many children do you want?
I've always said I wanted like a Mexican family. They have a lot of kids. And I finally found a man where I just want to give him a lot of kids. So
I think hopefully you can have twins back to back.
whoa, because I told my sister that I was gonna disclose this information. She said it was fine. She just had twins, and I did not know that twins run in my family, both on my dad and my mom's side. So she had twins, and now she has another baby on the way, and they don't know if it's twins or not. So I'm kind of like hesitant to get pregnant because I don't know if I can handle twins.
No, what I'm saying it would, cause y'all put y'all are at risk when y'all pregnant and going to labor and stuff. So
Yeah.
I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, I said all females should just have twins or
Right.
triplets or something just to get out the way, so you don't gotta keep putting yourself through one baby at a time this way, one baby at a time there.
I was thinking that I was like, God might probably just give me twins and then one and another set of twins and then quadruplets, triplets, if I'm trying to have like a big family. But then I was like, I'm gonna narrow it down to probably like 4 kids. Yeah, probably like 4. I want 4 kids. I'll take it back.
Okay, you gotta make sure that they always provided for.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm actually really excited for this content that's coming. Um, I'm gonna have my niece and nephew, the twins. So I'm very excited for that. I'm gonna see how that goes. I've only had one baby. And I worked at daycare, but when I worked at daycare, I didn't have twins. I only had one baby. So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, costs a lot of money.
It does. She said that.
What state did you have your son in?
North Carolina.
Do they got a law where you gotta come claim your son?
Come who? We got a who?
Claim your son.
Claim them, meaning what?
Like in Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, you gotta apply for custody over your children. If you have,
No, that's what I love about South Carolina and North Carolina. They believe that the kid should be with the mom. You know, as long as the mom isn't abusive and stuff, they literally believe that your child should be with the mom. That's what I love about it. Cause no, I didn't even when I was in the hospital, they was like, we're gonna ask, do you want, you know, him to sign the birth certificate? And I was like, no, you don't have to. But they ask you, like before they do anything, they let you know what they're doing with your child.
that's
I'm
good.
like, oh, when we move, just to give birth and then go back home. Because I love that. You know, I love they protect moms down here.
That's good. Give people, females, a peace of mind.
Yeah, it does. Because if you're like in a toxic situation, the dad cannot take your child. Here, I don't know other places, but here, they won't let them. Like you have 24 hours to return that baby or you'll be in jail. That's how it is here.
That's good. Somebody I know live down South Carolina. Yeah,
I love North Carolina.
I would have been down North Carolina if my aunt never got killed.
God rest her soul.
And the crazy thing is, she got killed by her stepson. He shot both. He shot his dad and my aunt in their heads back in 2015.
Is he in jail? I'm praying for him. But
He
I'm also be like, life, there's like mentally something wrong. Cause like me right now in my good state of mind, I don't see myself being able to take someone's life. But that's and he's black. I feel like our community, black community, really should look at therapy as something that's helpful instead of like something to be like, oh, I don't need therapy. I'm good. I don't need to be talking to no stranger. Yes, you do. Because it stems all the way back to slavery. Like mentally, we are messed up.
But I think his mother is Caucasian.
But that's even worse because mentally they're messed up too. Like blacks and whites are messed up, like for what they did to our ancestors and for what happened to our ancestors. Messed up. Everybody should be in therapy.
I have learned a while back that with most of us are not black. We are American Indians.
American
Black
Indians.
is just black is just the term that they try to throw on us as a
Mm-hmm.
status, saying that we originate from Africa, but no, we actually originate from here.
Yeah, because like a majority of us was born here, you know. So,
Meaning that our ancestors then come from Africa,
mm-hmm.
meaning it was already here.
Yeah. But when it gets into the topic of like our ancestors, I get sad because it's like even when they got freed, majority of them didn't leave because that's all they knew their whole life.
Yep, they went back to work to get paid.
Yeah, it was a mind thing. Like once you have our mind, you got it. That's just like work if you think about it.
Yeah, me and my mom was talking the other day, and I was like, I said I couldn't be no slave, getting beat and not getting paid, and then they
Yeah,
want to take my wife and stuff to have sex. I said
I
that's too much.
I said it. I mean, my husband made the joke one time. He never made it again. It was like, I would have been in a house. I would have been a house slave. I was like, I don't find that funny because house slaves, like, they had it really bad. Like when the owner didn't want their wife physically, the house slave didn't have a choice. So I was like, I don't find that funny at all.
Even though they was treated a little bit better than the field slaves, but I just know me. I couldn't live back then. It
No,
wouldn't end well.
they would have had to take me out, honestly. Like, I would have just got to the, and not even got to the point. I would have been like, no, I'm not doing this. I don't even like the heat.
But the earth was more. What's the word? More healthier back then. Not all these chemicals that they spray in the air now.
Right?
Hmm.
Really picky. And I'm really anxious and excited for when we move to a house because I'm going to be playing my own stuff. At least I know where it's coming from.
You don't gotta worry about pesticide and all this other crap they be spraying on the fruits and vegetables.
It's because how you have a seedless grape.
Yeah,
That
I keep telling my mom, always buy the fruit that got seeds in it. They
eat.
are the organic fruit. All
Yeah,
this stuff without seeds, they are man-made.
yeah. But they know that we are lazy and we would buy grapes without seeds because we don't want to spit the seeds out. We just want to pop it in our mouth and eat it. But seedless grapes.
That's why I love cherries.
I love pomegranate. You
I
ever have
dr- I drunk it before, but I never like had it like just in its natural state.
pomegranate seeds? Oh my gosh, it's so good. I have a whole container once a day. It's so good.
When you feeding your son, like how or like basically what are your diets?
Um, I really what doctor is like, how can I say this? There's like a chart of what foods a certain age all the way up to 8 your child should be eating. So I kind of go based off of that chart, but not really because I'm like still the mom. So I basically do just I make sure you have fruits. He don't like meat. Like, I think he's the only child I've been around who does not like meat. Like, he'll eat chicken if I make my Alfredo, but he don't like bear chicken. He loves salmon. He don't like shrimp. So just imagine the creativity of the meals that I have to feed him because he's like, he loves vegetables. He loves fruit. He does not like juice. He loves water. Like, looking at him, I know I'm doing something right because he's very healthy, like very healthy. And I just have fun with his meals. Like, I'll do for breakfast, it'll either be waffles or pancakes, fruit, um, yogurt if he wants it. Or sometimes if I feel like being really extra, I'll do like French toast or dipped turkey bacon. So it's fun. Being a mom is fun.
Mm. So any last comments you would like to say to the audience?
Thank you so much for listening to what I have to say. This was really fun. Like, if these are gonna be like this, I can do them. This was fun. Um, Definitely keep listening to this podcast because his questions, I didn't expect some of those questions. But yeah, he definitely takes time with his research. So, and I really appreciate this opportunity, honestly.
It was a pleasure for me to interview you. You actually was the first person from YouTube I interviewed.
Really? I love that. I love up and coming. Like like I said, I love journeys. So I'm like really grateful that I was a part. Like I'm a part of your journey. You know, because there's gonna be more interviews.
Yeah.